Hello anyone and everyone. So in this video, I talk about a topic that is a little sensitive for many people. It is sexual sabotage. Now, if you don't know what sexual sabotage is, my understanding of it is that you have a fear or insecurity around sex. So on some level, you prevent yourself from having sex or even moving towards sex. I think this is something very common with both men and women just because of the society that we live in. It's very suppressive of sex and discussion about sex. So we all grow up with some inherent shame or guilt around sex. Even if you didn't grow up in a Catholic or a religious household, the chances of you still having some insecurity, some fear, some guilt, some shame around sex, very high. And the extent to which this affects our dating life and our day-to-day life, that's up for argument. And it absolutely affects different people in different ways, in different magnitudes. So, you know, it might be a scale of 1 to 10. So if that's a 7, that's going to really impact your dating life. And I also believe your day-to-day life. Normal for like a well-adjusted person might be a 2 or a 3. Again, just because of the stuff that is still kind of inherent in our society in regards to sex and dating even. So in this video, I just discuss it a little bit more for those who may have experienced it. And yeah, I just give a couple of tips at the end, my thoughts on what you can do to start to make your way out of it. I'll also note, I think this is my 3rd video of me walking topless up the beach. So it's very difficult to film in Southeast Asia. My ideal way to shoot a video is to take my DSLR out to a nice backdrop, work off a couple of dot points to just riff and rant about, and have a nice looking video. The moment you do that in Southeast Asia, especially Thailand, people arrive and tell you to move on. So I hope you can deal with me waffling, walking up the beach.
So what is sexual sabotage? This is a very interesting topic. One that's close to home because I've experienced it and I'm sure many of you have experienced it as well, perhaps without even knowing that you have. So what sexual sabotage is basically when you have some fear around sex, some shame or some guilt around sex, any kind of negativity around sex. This could be from a religious background, this could be from a bad experience, this could be from my own situation, it was health issues. It could come from a variety of things, but what I think is more important is how it affects you. I've seen many situations where I've been coaching a client and I'll be 2 weeks into a workshop going, man, this guy's doing everything right. Why is none of this landing? Well, none of it's landing because mentality trumps technique. If a guy has really negative thoughts going on up there and he has amazing technique, it's still not going to work. It's not gonna land because mindset trumps even the best game, in my opinion. So if he's so paranoid about sex, perhaps even about touching a girl or kissing a girl, then that is going to massively influence his ability to converse with her, to even approach her, you know? A lot of these guys are going to sort of self-sabotage. They're going to find reasons to walk out of the interaction. They're going to find reasons to not like the girl because their brain knows, dude, this is step 3. Step 10 is sex. You know what happens when we have sex? We get humiliated or we're filled with fear and anxiety. There's a bunch of negativity associated to having sex. So why would your brain allow you to continue on a path that's gonna lead to pain? It just won't. Evolutionarily, we're not built that way. We're built to avoid pain, and especially social fucking, you know, outcasting or frustration or fucking humiliation, you know?
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, how are you? Want to be a rock star? So I guess advice for this can only really be 2 things. One, learn all that you can about sex. You know, you're not going to change that mindset overnight. Wherever it came from, it probably developed like over some time, so it's going to take a while. But what you can do is learn about sex, learn about female anatomy, learn what you can so that you do feel a little more confident in that area. Secondly, look, there's no short way around it. The way to get over that fear is to go through that fear. You know, I guess there would be some like super powerful hypnotherapist or something that could help you in that regard as well. But I really believe the one thing that is going to assist it the most is just being willing to go in, face that fear, face that humiliation, see what's on the other side of that. The treasure you seek is in the cave you fear to enter, you know? So perhaps everything you're looking for is just on the other side of that. God, that sounded fucking cheesy. How beautiful is this though?